taught her. I swore I wouldn't stop until I caught her. But I'm in love with the peddler's daughter. For 3 long years, I tried to catch her eye. I needed to prove I wasn't just some other guy. So every week when they come to town, I'd grab my money and I'd lay it down. I spent every shilling that I had. Week after week, we'd play that game. She'd take all my money, forget my name. But little by little I wear her down, until that day she finally comes around. She'll look at me and she'll know I'm in love with the peddler's daughter. Like a drowning man trying to tread water, like a lamb being led to the slaughter. I'm in love with the peddler's daughter. As hard as I tried, she resisted my charms. Until that one night, she fell into my arms. In that sweet moment, she let down her guard. We kissed and we rolled underneath the stars. She looked deep into my eyes and knew I'm in love with the peddler's daughter. I lost every time that I fought her. She sold every gift I ever bought her. But I'm in love with the peddler's daughter. I loved her much more than I ought to. I'm in love with the peddler's daughter.
Let us know, B. Okay. All right, ready?
In the year of our Lord 1806, we set sail for the sweet home of corn. We were sailing away with a cargo of bricks for the Grand City Hall in New York. She was a wonderful craft, she's rigged fore and aft, and oh how the trade winds had drove over. She had 27 masts and she stood several blasts, and we called her the Irish Rover. We had Barney McGee from the banks of the Lee. There was Hogan from County Tyrone. There was Willie McGurk, who was scared stiff of work, and some chap from Westmeath called Malone. There was Slugger O'Toole, he's drunk as a rule, and Fighting Mick Tracy from Dover. I'm your man, Dan Moreno, with a pup from his band, and we called her the Irish Rover. had 1 million bags of the best Sligo rags, 2 million barrels of stone. We had 3 million bales of old nanny goat tails and 4 million barrels of bone. We had 5 million hogs and 6 million dogs and 7 million barrels of porter. We had 8 million sides of old army horses' hides in the hold of the Irish Rover. We had sailed several years when the measles broke out. Our ship lost its way in the fog, and the whole of the crew was reduced down to 2, just myself and the captain's old dog. Then the ship struck a rock, oh Lord, what a shock. The boat, she turned right over. She turned 9 times around, and the poor old dog was drowned. I'm the last of the Irish Rover. Thank you. Thanks, Robin. All right, we are the Pop Farmers. It's St. Patrick's Day, and it's weird not being at the Peddler's Daughter. Normally, we have an all-day extravaganza going on, and we're usually kind of lit by now. And we're usually on. Oh, we went from Haverhill to Nashua. So, and in case you haven't noticed, Tyler's not here. He had a little mishap at work today, but he's here in spirit with the orange amp. But we're going to try to...
So we have the orange and the green,
Yes,
huh?
we do. And we're going to try to muster on without him. It's going to be weird to be a 3-piece again, but... And now we're going to have Mr. Gary O'Blaisdell is going to sing a song for you.
Raise a glass to everyone here and gone. Grab a chair and lift the bride up into the air. 'Cause we're all here tonight. May you never grow old and never get caught. May you never desire what others have got. May you get what you want and get what you need. May we never get what we deserve. Throw the glass into the fireplace. Grab a chair and lift the bride up into the air. 'Cause we're all here tonight. May you never grow old and never get caught. May you never desire what others have got. May you get what you want and get what you need. May we never get what we deserve. Break some bread with the family. Shake the sawdust onto the floor. 'Cause we're all here tonight. May you never grow old and never get caught. May you never desire what others have got. May you get what you want and get what you need. May we never get. May you never grow old and never get caught. May you never desire what others have got. May you get what you want and get what you need. May we never get what we deserve. May we never get what we deserve. May we never get what we deserve.
Mr. Gary Blaisdell. Obviously,
Happy
we're...
St. Patrick's Day. Or Patty's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day. We're actually been, I've been praying to the muscle memory gods all day long because it's been like 6 months since we've had a gig, so we're trying to remember everything. And thank you to Blake and Pete for doing this with us today. And apparently the Dropkick Murphys have something going on at 7 o'clock, so we're going to say we're opening up for the Dropkick Murphys, so welcome. Oh, and apparently there's going to be like a little a scroll going around on the bottom of this, the Venmo thing. And if you don't feel like donating to the virtual tip jar, feel free. But don't feel obligated. But it's there in case you want to. And you're in the spirit of giving. Yeah, if you got your stimulus check, we are here to help stimulate you. Tell me, Ma, when I get home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. Pull my hair and stole my comb, but that's all right till I get home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she is a belle of Belfast City. She is a cartoon, 1, 2, 3. Please can you tell me who is she? Albert Mooney says he loves her, all the boys are fighting for her. Knock at the door, ring the bell, singing "Oh True Love, R-U-L." Out she comes as white as snow, with rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. Oh, Jenny Murphy says she'll die if she don't get the fellow with the roving eye. Tell me, Ma, when I get home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. Pulled my hair and stole my comb, but that's all right till I get home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she is the belle of Belfast City. She is a cartoon, 1, 2, 3. Please can you tell me who is she? Let the wind and the rain and the hail blow high and the snow come tumbling from the sky. She's as sweet as apple pie, she'll get her own love by and by. When she gets a man of her own, she won't tell them all when she gets home. Let them all come as it will, it's Albert Mooney she loves still. Tell me, Ma, when I get home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. Pulled my hair and stole my comb, and that's all right till I get home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she is the belle of Belfast City. She is a cartoon, 1, 2, 3. Please can you tell me who is she? Albert Mooney says he loves her, all the boys are fighting for her. Knock at the door, ring the bell, singing "Oh True Love, R-U-L." Out she comes as white as snow, with rings on her fingers and bows on her toes. Oh, Jenny Murphy says she'll die if she don't get the fellow with the roving eye. Tell me, Ma, when I get home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. Pulled my hair and stole my comb, and that's all right till I get home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she is the belle of Belfast City. She is a cartoon, 1, 2, 3. Please can you tell me who is she? All right, thank you out there. Woo! It's so weird playing to 3 people. Well, it's like some nights at the bar we've played to 3 people before.
I call those paid rehearsals.
It happens occasionally. It's like, yeah, we'd like to thank Bobby for being here. Thanks, Bobby. And thanks, Robin. Thank you. See, anybody saying anything to us? Oh, hi, Pat and Di. Okay. Oh, good. All right. It's not a Pop Farmer show without Pat and Di. So I'm glad they're here virtually. All right.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. As I was going over the far famed Kerry Mountains, I came upon Captain Farrell and his money
Like falling off a horse. Nice job.
No?
Okay. Social. Where did my beer go? I lost my beer.
Where did your beer
I
go?
don't know. I lost it. That happens to me all the time. Yeah?
I didn't drink it.
I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. Robin, can you bring me a beer? Please? Hopefully, thank you, Robin. Yeah, it's in the white can. Okay, you can have that one. I traded beers. Oh, she's actually drinking this one pretty fast. I think you got the better of the deal.
So isn't there a story involving Jimmy about this next song?
Yeah, easy.
No?
Is there? Oh, yeah. That's right, I forgot. And yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy was watching the Hallmark Channel, right? Is that
Yes,
how it started?
in case you don't know, Jimmy is a big fan of chick flicks. And
By chick flicks, I mean
yeah. Anyway, and this song is from his favorite chick flicks. What's it called, Jimmy?
P.S. I love you.
P.S. I love you too. Well, I took a stroll down the old long walk on a day. I met a little girl and we stopped to talk on a fine soft day. And I asked my friend, what's a fella to do if her hair was black and her eyes were blue? And I knew right then I'd be taking a whirl round the Salt Hill Prom with a Galway girl. There when the rain came down on a day. She took me up to a flat downtown on a fine soft day. I asked my friend, tell me what would you do if her hair was black and her eyes were blue? So I took her hand and I gave her a twirl, and I lost my heart to a Galway girl. I was all alone with a broken heart and a ticket home on a fine soft day. And I asked my friend, what's a fella to do if her hair was black and her eyes were blue? 'Cause I traveled around, been all over this world. Boys, I ain't never seen nothing like a Galway girl. The Galway Girl. Thank you. All right. I know I'm probably jinxing me by saying this, but I'm amazed that the words of these songs are coming back to me. Now that I said that, I'm going to have a total brain fart on the next one.
Well, maybe Guinness is like memory elixir or something.
Guinness is good for you. That's what they say, right?
Maybe there's Guinness memory.
Yeah. Hopefully you're all doing well in the COVID times out there, and staying safe and being well. And it was weird. A year ago, just around today, that the whole world changed. We had a gig on the 14th, and then we had Great North Ale Works, and then we had two gigs lined up for the Peddler's Daughter, and did we find out the day before or the day of?
Yeah. Lockdown.
Before? Yeah, everything went into lockdown, and we've been there ever since. But hopefully you're doing well, and stay safe and be well. And thanks again for Boardz House Productions for doing this, Peter, Blake. Thank you. You guys are awesome. All right, this next song is kind of scary, but it's apparently it's an old thing that Irish parents tell their kids. It's like a wives' tale that if you don't eat your corned beef and cabbage, that this will happen to you.
There was an old woman who lived in the woods. There was an old woman who lived in the woods down by the river Sawyer. She had a baby 3 months old. She had a baby 3 months old down by the river Sawyer. She had a penknife long and sharp. She had a penknife long and sharp down by the river Sawyer. Stuck the penknife in the baby's heart. She stuck the penknife in the baby's heart down by the river Sawyer. 3 loud knocks came knocking on the door. 3 loud knocks came knocking on the door down by the river Sawyer. Are you the woman who killed the child? Are you the woman that killed the child down by the river Sawyer? I'm the woman who killed the child. Yes, I'm the woman who killed the child. The rope was swung and she was hung. The rope was swung and she was hung down by the river Sawyer. And that was the end of the woman in the woods. And that was the end of the woman in the woods down by the river Sawyer.
Creepy.
That was a scary beginning.
Yeah.
So Dan, you have a family connection to
We
this
do.
next song,
Yes.
don't you?
Yes. My son works at the MBTA. I worked at the MBTA. My father worked at the MBTA. My grandfather worked there, and I believe my great grandfather worked at before it was the MBTA. It was the MTA.
Right.
So he was probably around when this song. Well, I think the song came out in the '60s. So he was actually working for the MTA. So yeah, we have connection to the MTA, and hopefully you like this song. Hopefully I remember it. Well, let me tell you a story about a man named Charlie on a tragic and fateful day. Put 10 cents in his pocket, kissed his wife and family, and went riding on the MTA. Did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned. He may ride forever beneath the streets of Boston. He's a man who never returned. Charlie took his dime to the Scully Square station, and he changed that Jamaica plane. The conductor told the man one more nickel. Charlie couldn't get off of that train. Did he ever return? No, he never returned. Charlie's wife goes down to the gas station. Day at 2:15. Through the open window, she gives Charlie a sandwich as the train comes rumbling through. Did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned. He's been riding forever beneath the streets of Boston. He's a man who never returned. Bass solo! That's something most Irish, not a lot of Irish bands have bass solos in them. Maybe the songs would be more popular if there were bass solos more often. I would like them. Now all night long, Charlie rides through the station crying, what will become of me? How can I afford to see my sister in Chelsea and my cousin down in Roxbury? Did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned. He's been riding forever beneath the streets of Boston. He's a man who never returned. Now you citizens of Boston, don't you think it's a scandal how you people have to pay and pay? Fight the fare increase, vote for Lord Peter Boardz and get Charlie off the MTA. Did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned. He's been riding forever beneath the streets of Boston. He's a man who never returned. Did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned. He's been riding forever beneath the streets of Boston. He's a man who never returned. He's a man who never returned. He's a man who never returned. All right, more bass solos, yay. Yeah, that's the problem with not having Tyler here. All our songs are like 2 minutes long because he usually solos. But now we make Gary do a bass solo. He's never turned down a bass solo. You never met a bass solo he didn't like?
Yeah. You ready? Yeah. Hopefully I start this one singing in the right key. Okay, ready? Yep. I met my love by the gasworks wall. Dreamed a dream by the old canal. Kissed my girl by the factory wall. The dirty old town, dirty old town. Clouds are drifting across the moon. Cats are prowling, prowling on their beat. Springs a girl from the streets at night. The dirty old town, dirty old town. Heard a siren from the docks. Saw a train set the night on fire. Smelled the spring on the smoky wind. Dirty old town, dirty old town. Gonna make me a big sharp axe, shining steel, tempered in the fire. I'll chop you down like a dead old tree. Dirty old town, dirty old town. Met my love by the gasworks wall.
By the gasworks wall.
Dreamed a dream,
Dream a dream.
by the old canal.
By the old canal.
Kiss my girl
I kissed his girl.
by the factory wall.
By the factory wall.
Dirty old town, 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 dirty old town.
Mr. Gary S. Blaisdell, Esquire.
Yeah.
How you doing back there, James? Whoa!
Oh, Jesus.
Did you get a close-up of that, Blake? He got stuck. He's stuck in his hoodie.
Oh, you're going to probably scan everybody online. What is that white flash?
People thought you had a white T-shirt underneath your white T-shirt.
You're much whiter than me. Sons of bitches.
All right, Tyler usually starts this one off, but I'm going to try to start it myself. Let's see. So do By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young man calling. Mike, here you try it again.
I think it needs to be just a little bit slower, right? Should it be a little slower? No?
All right, see how this goes. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young girl calling. Michael, they have taken you away, for you stole Trevelyan's corn, so the young might see the morn. Now the prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young man calling. Nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Against the famine and the crown, I rebelled, they cut me down. Now you must raise our child with dignity. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. as a prison ship sailed out against the sky. Sure she'll wait and hope and pray for her love in Botany Bay. It's so lonely round the field of Athenry. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. Where once we watched the small free birds fly. Let your free birds fly. Our love is on the wing. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. Hey, thank you. Thank you.
Not drunk enough.
Sure.
All right, Jimmy, you can take a little break.
I like breaks.
Drink them while you got them, Jim. Okay.
You guys took them all.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, I think there's one left.
I gotta drive.
All right. We're normally known as a big, loud rock and roll band because of Jim, and this next song we're trying to just do an a cappella thing again. Normally we have Tyler here. I'm going to try to sing his part and see how it goes. All right, and feel free to sing along. Come over the hills, my bonny Irish lass. Come over the hills to your darling. You choose the road, love, and I'll make the vow. And I'll be your true love forever. Red is the rose that in yonder garden grows. Fair is the lily of the valley. Clear is the water that flows from the Boyne. But my love is fairer than any. 'Twas down by Killarney's green woods that we strayed, when the moon and the stars, they were shining. The moon shone its rays on her locks of golden hair. She swore she'd be my love forever. Red is the rose that in yonder garden grows. Fair is the lily of the valley. Clear is the water that flows from the Boyne. But my love is fairer than any.
It's not for the parting that my sister grieves. It's not for the grief of my mother. It's all for the loss of my bonny Irish lass, that my heart is breaking forever. Red is the rose rose that in yonder garden grows. Fair is the lily of the valley, clear is the water that flows from the Boyne, but my love is fairer than any. Red is the rose that in yonder garden grows. Fair is the lily of the valley. Clear is the water that flows from the Boyne. But my love is fairer than any.
Yay. All right. Thanks. Welcome back, James. I didn't lose my beer this time. It's right there. All right, don't forget, Guinness is good for you. In Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty, I first set my eyes on sweet Molly Malone. She wheeled her wheelbarrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She was a fishmonger, and sure 'twas no wonder, for so were her mother and father before. They both wheeled their barrows through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She died of a fever and no one could save her, and that was the end of sweet Molly Malone. Now her ghost wheels her barrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Another happy song about death. Seems like a lot of these Irish songs, they sound like they're happy songs, but they're kind of morbid and sad, but so what? That's how it goes.
I hope so. I'm gonna try it anyways. What? I thought I did good on that.
Yeah.
It wasn't you.
Oh.
And it wasn't either of you guys.
Pete can erase that part, and then we'll be good. No one will ever know what happened.
All right, I'm going to cheat because I have the words right here because I need them. Because when you get old, you get, or I don't know, maybe it's just early onset of Alzheimer's. I don't know.
That's the problem with Irish songs. There's lots of words in them. They stuff a lot of words into a short
yes.
song.
The narrative is very important in Irish songs. Ready, Jimmy? Yep. Oh, and it's the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was orange, and me mother, she was green. My father was an Ulster, proud Protestant was he. My mother was a Catholic girl from County Cork was she. They were married in 2 churches, lived happily enough, until the day that I was born, then things got rather tough. Oh, and it's the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was orange, and me mother, she was green. Now Baptized by Father Riley, I was rushed away by car to be made a little orange man, my father's shining star. I was christened David Anthony, but still in spite of that, to me father I was William, while me mother called me Pat. Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was orange, and me mother, she was green. With my mother every Sunday to Mass I'd proudly stroll. Then after that the Orange Lodge would try to save my soul. For both sides tried to claim me, but I was smart because I'd play the flute or play the harp depending where I was. Oh, and it's the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father was an orange and his mother, she was green. One day me ma's relations came round to visit me, just as my father's kinfolk were all sitting down for tea. We tried to smooth things over, but they began to fight. And me being strictly neutral, I smashed everyone inside. Oh, and it's the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was orange, and me mother, she was green. I never could agree about my type of school. My learning was all done at home, that's why I'm such a fool. They both passed on, God rest them, but left me caught between that awful color problem of the orange and the green. Oh, and it's the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was orange, and me mother, she was green. Oh, and it's the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was orange, and me mother, she was green. Yeah.
I remembered it about halfway through.
At least you remembered them.
Quarter up, Dan. Yeah, let's try the original. See what happens.
Doing the whaty? What?
What are you doing first? Pour that kid a whiskey. What's the quick?
No. You get it. You've got it before.
I've done a lot of things once.
Well, you know, it's the one with the ho, the hey, and the hoobla doobla doo. No? That one?
I know that one.
Yeah.
Jimmy, you're song about whiskey, so you don't have to, like, you know.
All right. During the COVID times, my son Tyler and I were working on an album, and again, he's not here. We miss him. We miss him dearly. And, Tyler, if you're watching, he is. Oh, hi, Ty.
Hey, Timo.
This is a song I wrote, and see if I can remember the words. I don't know if I will, but. I don't know if I remember it. How's it go? I drank my first. Oh, there it is. I drank my first. Right there, the guy. If I remember it. Drank my first whiskey. There it is. I drank my first whiskey when I was just a lad. My mother sent me to the pub to try to find my dad. We woke up Sunday morning. He was nowhere to be found. I'd spent the whole night before down at the Fox and Hound. She said, bring your father home so we can go to Mass. But I could tell just by her tone she'd like to kick his ass. Father saw me coming as I walked in through the door. He slapped the barkeep on the back and he roared a mighty roar. He said, pour that kid a whiskey and put it on my tab. I became a father the day he called me dad. Pour that kid a whiskey, make it tall and make it straight. Today is his birthday. I'm pretty sure he's 8. Keep going while I remember the words. He was knocking back pints at the pub with his mates, solving all the world's problems at a fantastic rate. but drank the whiskey down. My throat began to burn, my eyes began to water, and my stomach took a turn. I held on to the bar as the room began to spin, and I called out, somebody please call my next of kin. Said, Father, have to get you home as quickly as we can. He said, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph's son, today you are a man. He said, pour that kid of whiskey and put it on my tab. I became a father the day he called me dad. Pour that kid of whiskey, don't forget the beer and wine. Today is his birthday, I think it might be 9. He said, pour that kid of whiskey and put it on my tab. I became a father the day he called me dad. Pour that kid of whiskey, don't forget the nice day when today is his birthday. Now the little bastard's 10. I wrote the song, but they remembered how to play it. I couldn't. I forgot. Sorry. All right. And this next one's an original too. We wrote, and we did a video for, or I made a video for it. It's kind of a love letter to all the people that have come and see us play at the Peddlers' Daughters over the years. We started doing St. Patrick's Day 15 years ago, and Jimmy was just 15 years old at the time.
I know. Look what the band's done to him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, no cursing. I gotta see. I may not remember this one, but we'll find it. Paddy McGee was a peddler of great renown. He peddled his wares from town to town. In an old jaunty wagon filled to the brim, with trinkets and treasures they were piled up within. But he had one gem he'd never sell. And Kathleen McGee, the apple of her daddy's eye. She had raven black hair, eyes blue as the sky. The young girl's beauty was known far and wide. For 20-odd years she rode by his side. When I first saw her I knew I'm in love with the peddler's daughter. She mastered every trick her daddy taught her. I swore I wouldn't stop until I caught her. I'm in love with the peddler's daughter. For 3 long years I tried to catch her eye. I needed to prove I wasn't just some other guy. So every week when they come to town, I'd grab my money and I'd lay it down. I spent every shilling that I had. Week after week, we'd play that game. She'd take all my money, forget my name. But little by little I'll wear her down, till that day she finally comes around. She'll look at me and she'll know I'm in love with the peddler's daughter. like a drowning man trying to tread water, like a lamb being led to the slaughter. I'm in love with the peddler's daughter. As hard as I tried, she resisted my charm, until that one night she fell into my arms. In that sweet moment she let down her guard. We kissed and we rolled underneath the stars. She looked deep into my eyes and knew I'm in love with the peddler's daughter. Found a man trying to tread water. She sold every gift I ever bought her. I'm in love with the peddler's daughter. I loved her much more than I oughta. I'm in love with the peddler's daughter. Thanks. All right, that's our little love song for the peddler's daughter. Sorry we can't be there, guys. And we'll get there next week, next month, next week. Next year, sometime, whenever the COVID thing ends. Sorry, Jim, I'm confused.
Thanks a lot.
Well, it's, you know, we can do both.
No, that's fine. Let's see if I can get through it.
Hey, hey, up she rises. Rattling bog.
You gonna make it through it?
Yeah, do you want to do, this is the last one?
What's the last one?
I don't know if you want to do the, which, flag zone, not up there.
That's up to you.
Up to you.
Oh, yeah, we can do that. Is that for, somebody? Okay,
Right.
yeah.
We might go 5 minutes over. Is that okay, Pete? Pete gives it.
That's lovely.
We're going to try it. This one's for Diane. Let's see if we can do it. And it's another one of the songs that it doesn't have, well, it doesn't have a lot of words in it, but they go in a specific order. And
Well, you repeat them a lot, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then every verse you add more and more and more and
yeah,
more and more.
it kind of rolls downhill quickly. And we're going to see if we can make Jimmy's girdle explode. Oh, the rattling bog and the bog down in the valley, oh, rare bog, the rattling bog and the bog down in the valley, oh. And in that bog there was a hole, a rare hole, a rattling hole, and a hole in the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, the rattling bog and the bog down in the valley, oh, rare bog, the rattling bog and the bog down in the valley, oh. And in that hole there was a tree, a rare tree, a rattling tree, and a hole, and a hole, and a bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, the rattling bog and a bog down in the valley, oh. Rare bog, the rattling bog and a bog down in the valley, oh. And on that tree there was a limb, a rare limb, a rattling limb, and a tree, and a tree, and a hole, and a hole, and a bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, the rattling bog and a bog down in the valley, oh. Rare bog, the rattling bog and a bog down in the valley, oh. And on that limb there was a branch, a rare branch, a rattling branch, and a limb, and a limb, and a tree, and a tree, and a hole, and a hole, and a bog down
valley-o. Oh, ho, the rattling bog and the bog down in the valley-o. Rare bog, the rattling bog and the bog down in the valley-o.
Now, I've been told by people who sing this song a lot more often or a lot better than I do, it's a little easier to sing the faster it goes. So, Mr. 3 Pints Mahoney, would you kindly kick it up a notch? Thank you. And on that branch there was a twig, a rare twig, a rattling twig, twig, and a branch, and a branch, and a limb, and a limb, and a tree, and a tree, and a hole, and a hole, and a bog down in the valley-o. Oh, ho, the rattling bog, and a bog down in the valley-o. Rare bog, the rattling bog, and a bog down in the valley-o. And on that twig there was a nest, a rare nest, a rattling nest, nest, and a twig, and a twig, and a branch, and a branch, and a limb, and a limb, and a tree, and a tree, and a hole, and a hole, and a bog down in the valley-o. Oh, ho, the rattling bog, and a bog down in the valley-o. Rare bog, the rattling bog, and a bog down in the valley-o. That doesn't seem much faster, much better, yeah? Maybe it needs to go faster. And in that nest there was an egg, a rare egg, a rattling egg, egg and a nest, and next and a twig, and a twig, and a branch, and a branch, and a limb, and a limb, and a tree, and a tree, and a hole, and a hole, and a bog down in the valley-o. Oh, ho, the rattling bog, and a bog down in the valley-o. Rare bog, the rattling bog, and a bog down in the valley-o. And in that nest there was an egg, a rare egg, a rattling egg, egg and a nest, and a nest, and a twig, and a twig, and a branch, and a branch, and a tree, and a tree, and a hole, and a hole, and a bog down in the valley-o. Oh, ho, the rattling bog, and a bog down in the valley-o. Rare bog, the rattling bog, and a bog down in the valley-o. All right, Jim, give me some more. And in that egg there was a chick, a rare chick, a rattling chick, chick in the egg, and the egg, and a nest, and a nest, and a twig, and a twig, and a branch, and a branch, and a twig, and a twig, and a hole, and a hole, and a bog down in the valley-o. Oh, ho, the rattling bog, and a bog down in the valley-o. Rare bog, the rattling bog, and a bog down in the valley-o. And on that chick there was a bird, a rare bird, a rattling bird, bird, and a chick, and the egg, and the egg, and a nest, and a nest, and a twig, and a twig, and a branch, and a branch, and a limb, limb, and a tree, and a tree, and a hole, and a hole, and a bog down in the valley-o. Oh, ho, the rattling bog, and a bog down in the valley-o. Rare bog, the rattling bog, and a bog down in the valley-o. And on that nest there was a feather, a rare feather, a rattling feather, feather, and a bird, and a chick, and the egg, and the egg, and a nest, and a nest, and a twig, and a twig, and a branch, and a branch, and a limb, limb, and a tree, and a tree, and a hole, and a hole, and a bog down in the valley-o. Oh, ho, the rattling bog, and a bog down in the valley-o. Rare bog, the rattling bog, and a bog down in the valley-o. Ludicrous speed! I think I can. And on that feather was a flea, a rare flea, a rattling flea, flea, and a feather, and a bird, and a chicken, chicken, the egg, and a nest, nest, and twig, and a branch, and a tree, tree, and a hole, and a bog down in the valley-o. Oh, ho, the rattling bog, and a bog down in the valley-o. Rare bog, the rattling bog, and a bog down in the valley-o. Oh, ho, the rattling bog, and a bog down in the valley-o. Rare bog, the rattling bog, and a bog down in the valley-o. Curse you, Diane. Thank you. Okay. We're going to do one more song.
Oh, it's on the floor. Is that it right there?
That's it.
It just blends in with the. It's like camouflage.
Yeah, I know. All right. You want to?
So, Jimmy, do you want to dedicate the song to somebody special or something?
All right, this next song, well, our last song. Thanks again, Blake, Pete, Boardz House Productions for doing this for us, and hopefully the Dropkick Murphys will be happy that we opened up for them. And this next song is for Jimmy's Jimmy's grandmother, Nanny. Nanny, this is for you if you're watching. see headlines. Well, I made it down the coast in 17 hours, picking me a bouquet of dogwood flowers, and I'm hoping by Raleigh I can see my baby tonight. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, hey, mama, rock me. Well, rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, hey, mama, rock me. Run from the cold up in New England. I was born to be a fiddler in an old-time string band. My baby plays the guitar, I pick the mando now. Well, North Country winters keep getting me at. I lost my money playing poker, so I had to up and leave. But I ain't turning back from living that old life no more. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Well, hey, hey, mama, rock me. Well, rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, hey, mama, rock me. Well, headed on south out of Roanoke, caught a trucker out of Philly, had a nice long tote. But he's headed west from the Cumberland Gap to Johnson City, Tennessee. And I gotta get a move on fit for the sun. I hear my baby calling and I know that she's the only one. And if I die in Raleigh, at least I will die free. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Well, hey, hey, mama, rock me. Well, rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, hey, mama, rock me. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, hey, mama, rock me. Well, rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, hey, mama, rock me. Hey, hey, mama, rock me. Well, hey, hey, mama, rock me. Thanks for tuning in. We're the Pop Bombers. Hopefully we'll see you very soon. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Thanks, Blake. Thanks, Peter. Boardz House Productions. Hasta la vista.